hear me? Check, 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 check. Cool, let me know when you're good. Yep, I'm waiting for you. Okay, cool. Basically, with the social points that you can get through grouping with friends and whatnot, any cinematic or quest that you guys are doing, whether it's a quest for an instance flashpoint or a quest for whatever, if you guys are on the same quest, you guys have an opportunity to gain social points, and you guys can actually, when you guys are deciding on what you want to say inside each cinematic, it's like a rolling system, the same way you would roll on an item, but you're rolling to see who talks in that cinematic. So let's say your light side and your friend's dark side. If he rolls 100 and you roll a 90, well, he's going to get to see his dark side cinematic, you know, his character telling what's going on. So it's pretty cool. It allows each dungeon, each quest to be a lot more interactive, and you build social points by doing that, obviously, by being with friends and whatnot. You can get in-game rewards by maxing your social. So, like I said before, there's a lot of different things you can do in this game, you know. So that's that for now. And it is time to do the interlude of Rise of Hutt Cartel.
Stand by for a priority communication from Supreme Chancellor Leontine Suresh of the Galactic Republic.
I'm honored to speak with you again, Master Jedi. Your victory over the Sith infiltrators saved the Republic, but we face new threats to our security.
I'm not your personal stalking hound, Madam Chancellor. I pursue my own path.
We both desire peace and security to pursue our agendas. A foe has risen who must be defeated. The Hutt Cartel has invaded Republic space and seized the planet Makeb. We will respond to this unprovoked act of aggression in full force. My War Council will be convening on Keylander Station in the Makeb system. I ask that you join us immediately.
I'll set a course for the Makeb system right now.
Proceed to the conference chamber on Keylander Station. I'll meet you there. Please hurry. We must act quickly and decisively against the Hutt's aggression.
This is basically the continuation of the story, you know, the interlude from Chapter 3, so this is pretty cool.
Keylander Station, the gateway to Makeb. I hear the souvenirs are pricey.
Yep, this is the first interlude digital expansion from the original game. This is Rise of the Hutt Cartel.
Cordial greetings. I am Xanthrilo, Republic Protocol Officer. Welcome to McKeb and Keylander Station. Please hold all questions. Supreme Chancellor Suresh and her delegation are arriving.
My friends, this wise Jedi Master has protected the Republic from dangers without and within time and again. I can think of no greater guardian of our security.
You know better than to sweet-talk me, Chancellor. There's trouble. What do you need me to do about it?
I'm glad to see success and fame haven't changed you. Victory over the Empire lies within our grasp. But first, we must face a cowardly act of unwarranted aggression. Supreme Commander Malcolm.
Yep, everything besides Shadow of Revan right now, because it's the latest.
Seized the planet McKeb. They've blockaded the system with 30 Ajur-class heavy cruisers.
McKeb's citizens have formally pledged to join the Republic if we respond to their crisis. We will not abandon them to the Hutt's brutality.
If the Hutts want trouble, they just bought more than they can handle. I'll stomp those slugs into jelly.
Our response to this attack must be unequivocal. I will not see us defeat the Empire only to war with a parade of aggressors.
Severe atmospheric conditions on McKeb make large-scale troop landings impossible. We need help from local resistance forces to pull this off.
One of McKeb's business leaders, Shalem Avesta, is awaiting you on the surface. I want you working closely with him.
This Shalem sounds like he belongs in a boardroom, not on a battlefield.
You'll need local expertise for this mission. Shalem and his forces can provide that. Liberating McKeb is your top priority, but I want the Hutt's ambitions ended permanently. Grandmaster Satil Shan has insight regarding our enemy's future plans.
The Jedi Council has meditated on the Cartel's actions. We believe that McKeb is a staging point for a larger attack on the entire galaxy.
The Hutts will not be allowed to expand their dominion at our expense.
No planet deserves Hutt rule. I'll see the galaxy safe from their kind if I have to kick every last one straight into the void myself.
I'll settle for a crippling strike that reminds them of their place. A shuttle will transport you to Shalem Avesta's encampment on the surface. Go now, and show the galaxy the Republic is not to be trifled with.
I would say mainly because of marketing. This game isn't marketed as well as Blizzard. You know, Blizzard has a lot of money, so and they got a lot of that from their previous games like StarCraft, and obviously World of Warcraft has been out for a lot longer. So, yeah, marketing has a lot to do with it, in my opinion. That and World of Warcraft is easier to play. You know, I mean, there's a lot of unskilled people that can't do certain MMOs that end up going back to World of Warcraft because certain things are too hard for them in other games. That, or there's just a lot of Blizzard fanboys, one or the other.
You're one of the Republic heroes come to free my homeworld. You're just... wow. I wish we'd joined the Republic ages ago.
You pledged yourselves to the Republic, but we have our own war to win after this. McKeb will do its part, and then some.
We've got minerals, riches, hyperspace routes, whatever the Republic needs. I was here when the Hutts blocked all of McKeb's comm channels. Haven't been able to get a signal from my family since. No idea what's happened down there.
The Hutts don't treat conquered people well. If you're lucky,
I was just saying any game in general that is harder than WoW, you know, for them to learn. A lot of people end up going back to that because it's an easier game to play. That's what I was trying to say.
My baby's got special ion shields to absorb electromagnetic interference, but we're still in for a rough ride. Hopefully we won't land.
Mainly because the reason why I say that about WoW is because they allow all different skill levels of people. They don't just focus on hardcore people and beginners. Like, they got beginners, intermediate, advanced, and, you know, like mythic now, you know, so it's just a little too much. And people like going back to WoW because it's easy, because they get everything kind of handed to them. If you want the hard stuff, you got to work for it in that game too, but a lot of, I'd say at least 70% of the people that play World of Warcraft can't do mythic.
Don't Don't show off your piloting skills. Just get us down there alive.
My shuttle's prepped. Hop aboard, we'll be on our way. I want to take your anti-nausea stims, too.
Now this planet is called McKeb. It's one of the newer planets that came out in the first expansion, Rise of the Cartel. So as you can see, this one's running even smoother than the other ones. They did a really good job of optimizing the new planets.
You honor my home, Master Jedi. I'm Shalem Avesta. The Supreme Chancellor promised us relief, but you're more than I ever hoped. My family helped found McKeb. Avesta Mining has led our business council for decades. I was practically chief of state before the cartel's takeover. It wasn't an easy decision, but if joining the Republic is the only way to reclaim my home world's freedom, so be it.
We're your only chance of defeating the Hutts. You either work with us or take them on alone.
Forgive me if I sounded ungrateful. Of course we're happy to join your Republic. Ilisov is a former mercenary with the Interstellar Regulators. Until recently, McKeb's trusted private army and police force.
Quit when the Regulators sold out to the Hutts. I don't betray a client for credits.
Exceptions like him notwithstanding. The Cartel bought off the Regulator forces and turned our former protectors against us.
Planetary conquests aren't typical of the Hutts. Whatever they're after on McKeb, it must outweigh the cost of bribing mercenaries.
I didn't stick around to hear the whole sales pitch. Wouldn't have mattered anyway.
I still don't know why this has happened. We've conducted peaceful business with the Hutt Cartel for years.
Casualty and damage reports coming in. Talau City got rattled pretty hard, but no injuries. Lucky.
That's the 5th groundquake since the Hutt's takeover. The last one leveled the Tygan mining colony. They're still pulling bodies from the rubble.
Deadly atmosphere, groundquakes, and covered in Hutts. Real paradise you've got here.
I'll have you know we built some of the finest vacation resorts outside the core systems.
Won't matter if these groundquakes demolish them all.
My niece Lambda is a respected geophysicist. She joined our resistance to prove there's a link between the groundquakes and the Hutt's deep core mining.
She was taking seismic readings on a deserted mesa when a whole company of regulators swarmed in. We lost contact with her.
I sent search parties to bring Lambda back, but they aren't trained or equipped to fight a mercenary force of that size.
I came to drive the cartel off McKeb, not investigate ground tremors or babysit your niece.
Please, this is important. The Hutts would never have sent that many regulators after Lambda without good reason.
Getting reports from our search parties. Dozens of regulators have pushed them back to the landing zone. If we lose that, we'll never find Lambda.
This could all be a waste of time. If the regulators found her, she's already dead.
Even if that's true, her research findings may have survived. If I have to lose my niece, I'd rather it not be in vain. Take my personal shuttle to Friend Mesa. Lane Farrow is our man at the landing zone.
Please select an available travel route.
I'm already way ahead of my level for this planet, so I'm just going to stick to the main story. So I can move on to the Dreadmaster Interlude, which is still part of Chapter 4 next.
Shayla Mavesta sent us. You're in charge here?
Reinforcements. We're saved. Prosk, come here. It's a Jedi.
Speak up, Lane. Not sure the whole Mesa heard you. My name's Prosk, in case Slick here didn't enunciate clearly. Kid's an accountant. Barely knows which way to point a blaster. Can't say I'm much better. Used to be a mining foreman. We've set up barricades, but they're not doing much against the regulators. What's the plan, boss?
If you can't tell the difference between friend and foe, holster your weapon and lie on the ground until this is over.
Why are you looking at me?
Scouts report regulators headed this way. Big group.
Everyone's manning a barricade. Find one and dig in.
Is that a new outfit in general? Yeah, it's a different outfit than what I was wearing for the Chapter 3, if that's what you're asking. Different items. More up to date to my level. Some of these items I already had before. The Cartel, yeah, I didn't buy any Cartel stuff for items. I mean, all the Cartel stuff's gonna do is gonna give you looks. A lot of this stuff are like mods that I acquired from either leveling or purchased on the market or from a vendor. So, yeah. So Cartel items like this one right here is just for looks and for modding, you know, the different items you want in there.
Master Jedi, I've never... Those regulators... You're incredible.
I'll drink to that, Slick. Those mercs will think twice about hitting us again. We owe you one.
We fought off the first wave, but that doesn't mean those mercenaries won't return with a bigger force.
If they try again, Slick will give them what for, right?
Sure.
Shalem sent you to find Lambda, right? Bring back his whatever niece in her research. We haven't had much luck there.
Her campsite was ransacked. The regulators must have already captured her and confiscated all the research data. Shalem's right. She found something important.
You really think they took her alive? Those mercenaries seem like the type to shoot her on sight.
The regulators don't clean up after themselves.
Yes, there is. There is a tab for lightsaber hilts. There's a tab for the crystals. There's a tab for all kinds of stuff. So, let's say you find an actual... Oh, I'll give you 1 second here. I'll redo that quest, so I'm not talking over him. Let me show you real quick. So, obviously, this right here is the actual... it would be looked up on the market as a melee weapon. Once you find the look of it, which this one looks like this, don't mind the color. That's based off your color crystal here. So this right here is probably my favorite dual saber that I've found so far. I would say with any lightsaber you find, you know, you find one you like, you want to make sure that it's adaptable. So like this one, it'll usually be a purple or orange text, whether you got it from the cartel market or where you got it from wherever, from looting, quests, whatever. As long as it's customizable, you can take any of these mods out. So when you level up, you can keep that look. So, for example, this one right here, this is a hilt right here that's inside the saber. This gives me a weapon damage power rating of 156. That's only acquirable if you're above level 53. So that obviously raises the power of it, the overall damage of it. Increasing then the other stuff that is going to increase your total stats. So you have a mod slot, an enhancement slot, and a color crystal slot. Even the color crystal has health on it, like endurance gives you health. This right here gives me more power, surge rating, and endurance. This one gives me endurance, willpower, and power. It's all what you want. So, you know, like I said before, this game allows you to customize your character the way you want them. You know, if you want more force power, if you want more saber damage, it's up to you. But that's pretty much how the sabers work right there. And if you're a Jedi Knight that dual wields, you would have 2 sabers. If you're like me, a Jedi Shadow, you have a double saber, and then you have a focus offhand that pretty much allows you to kind of either defend yourself a little more and get you some more overall total stats. A lot of tanks use that, so I'm kind of a tank class, but obviously I'm not tanking. And the single saber guys would also use some type of generator or focus offhand like that too.
Master Jedi, I've never... Those regulators, you're incredible.
I'll drink to that, Slick. Those mercs will think twice about hitting us again. We owe you one.
We fought off the first wave, but that doesn't mean those mercenaries won't return with a bigger force.
If they try again, Slick will give them what for, right?
Sure.
Shalem sent you to find Lambda, right? Bring back his Geo... whatever niece in her research. We haven't had much luck there.
Her campsite was ransacked. The regulators must have already captured her and confiscated all the research data. Shalem's right. She found something important.
You really think they took her alive? Those mercenaries seem like the type to shoot her on sight.
The regulators don't clean up after themselves. If they'd killed Lambda, we would have found a body. My gut says she's still alive.
Scanners indicate no one except you has landed on or left the Mesa since the regulators came. That means she's still here. Probably at one of their camps.
Great. There's half a dozen camps and no way to pinpoint which one she's at. Have to keep hitting them until she turns up.
If you think I'll do all the fighting while you people sit here taking it easy, you're nuts.
We'll do what we can, but we barely have enough people to hold this landing zone.
A few of our search parties never made it back. You find any other prisoners, send them here.
Someone here might know how to slice the regulators' comm frequency and find out what they're doing. Ask around, Prosk.
Slick takes charge with his big brain. On it, boss.
We'll hold this landing zone as long as it takes. Good luck.
Yeah, most are interchangeable. You'll come across some, very few, that aren't, because they're probably a weaker, you know, item that you got from leveling. But sometimes they are still upgrades, you know, so you want to take that upgrade when you can. But once you get to a certain level, you'll start seeing a lot of them are interchangeable. That's the way it's been. When the new expansion comes out, I'm not 100% sure if they're going to stick with a lot of that, or if they're just going to make it to where you can just change the way it looks. I'm not really sure, so we'll see.
Red Team, come in. This is Vice Commandant Bevan. We've scanned heavy fire in your zone. Status report.
Start running now. You might get out alive.
You're outnumbered by troops who have run ops in 30 systems. Our victory rate is 100%. You got lucky this time. It won't happen again. Should have taken the hint. I command the regulators, and I've got plenty of reinforcements to throw your way. Now they're angry.
The longer you waste my time, the worse it'll be when I find you.
Good luck with that. My regulators get double pay to bring me your head.
It's Prosk. You read? We sliced the Merc's comm network. Hearing all kinds of interesting chatter. Whatever you're doing, it's paying off. The Mercs have pulled back. The landing zone's all ours.
Take the battle to them. Chase that scum off the nearest cliff.
Understood. We'll keep listening to the Merc's bellyache too. Might learn something we can use. Keep up the pressure.
This is my emergency medical table. It's an item. It's a rare item I got a long time ago. I honestly, to be honest with you, man, you might have to look it up. But it's called emergency medical table. Instead of me using the force to meditate and heal, I use that. It's pretty cool. You just put it on your bar like any other move and heal like a badass. It's called a emergency medical table. That mob just ripped me back. That was funny.
Prosk, come in. We've taken out multiple regulator camps. Still no sign of Lambda.
Scouts report you've got those mercenaries chasing their own tails. Lambda has to be nearby. I'll take some men out and cover more ground.
Think you're clever? Killing my people? Slicing our comm channel? Every time you hit us, the Hutts crack down even harder on the nice people of McKeb. They're dying because of you.
Those deaths are on your head, not mine.
Make your peace while you can.
Yep, there's 3 levels of mount speeds. There's piloting 1, 2, and 3. So they can go faster. I'm choosing not to fight a lot of these guys. Speed up these quests. What does that look like? You meaning like the speeder piloting? 1, 2, and 3? Pretty much speeder piloting 1, speeder piloting 2, and speeder piloting 3. I'm pretty sure I've unlocked 2 through my trainer. Maybe I haven't. I actually appreciate you reminding me about that. So I don't even think I have for this character. Been so used to just go, go, go. Damn. Might just use some cartel coins on it then. Save my in-game cash. Well, there I go. Spirit Pilot is now available at these levels. Yeah, I think I had 2, but I didn't have 3. That's what it was. Yeah, whatever. Because the way it used to be was it would do it at your class trainer, which I'm almost 100% positive I had 2. But I think with the legacy perks there, it allows you to get them at a lower level. So I think the only one I was missing was 3 there. So that works for me.
Do you read? Another camp down and still no Lambda. Any luck on your end?
Hang on. Getting a distress call. It's her. Patching through.
Blast, is this stupid thing working? Hello? Hello?
We read you, Lambda. Your uncle sent a rescue team. The Republic's here. Look.
Shalem didn't send more?
The mercenaries thought the same thing, and they got a nasty surprise.
If you say so. My guards abandoned their posts and left me alone. You must be the murdering scum they went after. I broke free and ran to the nearest quake shelter. I'm the only person here. Sending you coordinates.
For all we know, the regulators let you go. Maybe we're walking right into an ambush.
Do I have to save myself? Wait, what was that noise? Is that on your end?
Lost her. They're blocking her signal. My team's close to that quake shelter. Meet you there.
Friends killed today. Grevin said I could return the favor.
This ends here.
You scum!
The shelter's collapsing! We have to get out!
Let's end this.
There's never been a groundquake like that in McKeb's history. Geologic instability has increased 1,000-fold since the Hutt takeover. Seismic readings and core stability fluctuations both indicate impending catastrophe. These groundquakes are the direct result of Hutt deep core mining that's going to destroy McKeb.
Did you fall and hit your head? Not even the Hutts have the power to break a planet.
I didn't know I was speaking to a fellow geophysicist. Oh wait, I'm not. Every scrap of data I collected here proves the Hutt Cartel's deep drilling has destabilized McKeb. These groundquakes are only the start. Entire mesas will collapse. After that, gravitational decay will strip away the atmosphere, kill everything. McKeb will become totally uninhabitable.
For streaming purposes, is what you're asking? Question mark? Yeah, she burned me good. Are you asking me how I got 720p on Twitch? Broadcasting purposes? Basically, I use a software called XSplit. Whether it's Broadcaster or Gamecaster, either one. It allows me to maximize my hardware's specifications and my internet's, push them to the limits, but keeping it stable. And with my new system here, I use a gaming laptop. I've got a dual SLI graphics card, this 970Ms, which are pretty nice. I've got obviously the i7 Intel Core processor, Windows 10, blah blah blah. So with the solid state hard drive and on putting Star Wars on the solid state hard drive allows all my loading to be better, and with the graphics card obviously I'm able to push, the dual graphics cards allow me to push 720p stream. I've been able to pull off 1080p as well. I just choose 720p because my frame rate is between 60 to 100, whereas if I go 1080p my frame rates are like in the low 30s and 40s, so for viewing purpose wise it just works out better this way.
I'll let Chancellor Suresh know McKeb won't be joining the Republic after all. We didn't come here to save a dead planet.
I never said we were out of options. I think there's a way to save McKeb, but I need you to work with me. I'll warn you now. I'm snappish. Everyone says so. It's not personal.
Don't apologize. You hold your own and you're not afraid of anyone. You're my kind of woman, Lambda.
Every man says that at first. Most don't mean it.
You made it! We followed Prosk's signal and... where's Prosk?
I'm sorry. He didn't. He's gone.
Thanks, bud. Yeah, I'm able to do a matrix surround display system like up to 3. Right now I've just been using 1 actually, because my system runs a lot better on 1, but I can do up to 3 if I want to. Yeah, you're welcome, man.
Prosk knew the risk. This is war, and people die. The survivors carry on.
Yes, Master Jedi, of course. We'll get her back to Shalem. There's a clear path back to the landing zone, thanks to you.
Meet me at Uncle Shalem's office. We need to figure out a plan. Fast.
Yeah, and one thing that a lot of people forget, I mean, with 720p, it's just a lot more balanced for the average user too, because if someone's watching Twitch from like a cell phone or something that's not running on as good an internet, they're not going to be able to handle 1080p. I mean, try watching YouTube on 1080p consistently, even on your computer. I mean, sometimes that could be a little choppy. So it kind of depends on your internet more than anything. Yeah, I put pretty much all of my big games like Grand Theft Auto, Star Wars, big MMOs, it's best to put them on a solid state drive, mainly because when you're going in areas that require a lot of data, like you know, like the main cities like the Imperial fleets, Republic fleets, or if you're playing Grand Theft Auto, big games like that require a lot of data, you know, it's pulling files from that folder, and it just seems that on solid state drives things run a little bit smoother and load times are a hell of a lot faster for me on Star Wars, and that's one of the reasons why I put Star Wars on my solid state drive. Loading into the game, you know, everything's just a lot faster. Changing zones, all that stuff.
Come on, let's go.
I can see why the tourists used to come here. Now there's just mercenaries. The war touches everything.
See that right there? That little thing right there is, I don't know if you caught that. I changed zones, and my companion just said something about this planet. It says, I can see why tourists used to come here, now there's just mercenaries, the war touches everything. But not only does she say that, and you actually hear that, but I could actually see her mouth moving. I mean, those little details a lot of other MMOs just kind of put aside, I think is pretty cool. I think it adds a lot to not only your story, but just that Star Wars experience, you know? It's pretty cool. I mean, any other companion would have said something else different, too.
Vehicle pads are currently open for business. Have a safe and pleasant stay.
This is nothing, Uncle. I've run the numbers. 2 days, maybe less. And your office is at the bottom of a sinkhole.
At least your expensive education has finally amounted to something.
Told you I'd repay that loan. Bet you're wishing you'd listened to me sooner. Not dismissed me as a loudmouth conservationist.
Master Jedi, Lambda told me of your incredible rescue. Words cannot convey my thanks. We suspected McKeb was becoming unstable, but I had no idea things were this bad. We never should have let the Hutt Cartel establish their mining operation.
You held back a lot of bad news, Shalem. Why didn't you tell us about the planet's instability?
I didn't want to cause a panic. McKeb's people must stand together. Only through unity can we overcome this crisis.
Know what doesn't help right now? Speeches. Unless I'm talking. The regulators who held me hostage were a chatty bunch. Mostly filthy language and bragging about their blasters, but the leader said something interesting. He mentioned Project Failsafe. A Hutt emergency plan if their mining went wrong. That mercenary believed the Hutts have something to instantly stabilize McKeb.
If the Hutts can save McKeb, what are we worried about? Call and tell them to switch on their failsafe.
Millions could die while we wait for the Hutts to act. We need to claim Project Failsafe for ourselves before it's too late.
Talau City, the Hutt Embassy database.
Ilasof's right. Data on Project Failsafe would be stored in the Hutt Embassy's computers in Talau City. Unfortunately, that's under Cartel control. We need Chief Hercule, Talau City's former security commander. He and a few loyal men have a hidden camp outside the city. They'll get you inside the city and embassy.
Why is he hiding outside the city? Did he get fired as security commander?
In a manner of speaking. The Hutts put a death mark on his head. The Hutts control Talau City and the surrounding area. They'll have to land a shuttle in the countryside. Expect plenty of regulators. Chief Hercule's camp is hidden at these coordinates.
Don't die. You're all we've got.
I think I'm gonna hide this helmet. I thought it was cooler, but that voice is actually getting pretty annoying. And just like that, hiding the helmet will allow me to not talk like that anymore.
Vehicle pads are currently open for business.
Alright, so I'm going to let you interact with me a little bit here. For the rest of these missions on that I'm doing right now, you get to choose what mount I use. So here's all the mounts. I've got a bunch. I'm going to go nice and slow here, and you just let me know if you see one that looks interesting to you. Take your time. So that's pretty much all of them. And you say the Rose. I think I used to like that one. Let's see here. Where's the Rose? This one? The Gurian Rose? Is this the one? It is pretty boss. I think I used this like one time. Oh, dude's in my face. Yeah, it kind of matches my guy's getup too. Kind of going with the purple saber getup thing. Sweet. Thanks. Oh wow, that looks fucking awesome. I don't remember that little trail there. Then again, my computer is a hell of a lot better nowadays. That's pretty sweet. Alright, moving on.
Chief Aquil, Shalem Avesta sent us. He says you know a way into the Hutt embassy.
A real live Jedi Master. Now we're talking. Pardon the stink. Haven't been near a shower in days. Hutt embassy's locked up tight. Used to have a fancy-pants bureaucrat helping us inside, Representative Eklund, but he's gone quiet. Probably dead. Good news is, the cartel hasn't changed anything at their embassy. Got the same turrets, droids, passcodes I set up for them. Lazy Hutts.
How do you know they haven't set up new procedures and kept them secret?
The other great thing about Hutts? They're overconfident. Never expected to be facing the likes of you, either. You want inside the Hutt embassy, you'll have to finesse 3 layers of security. First layer is heavy turrets in the courtyard. The only good thing to come out of these ground quakes is that they expose the turret power generators. Overload those, and turrets lose their punch.
Oh man, my daughter just shook up my 2-liter of Pepsi. I'm not gonna open that for like hours. She just shook it like it was a salt shaker.
Our mission would be a lot simpler if we could take down the entire power grid.
Even if I knew how to cause a blackout, the city's computers need energy, and you need computers. Security Layer 2 is the embassy's main door. 3 meters of reinforced durasteel. Even a lightsaber would take hours to cut through. But the door will unlock for a diplomatic passcode. You can generate one by accessing the government building secure terminal.
I remember when all you needed to bust open a building was detonite and attitude.
The good old days. I miss them too. Last but not least are the security droids. Top of the line Arcanian models. Nasty disposition. Shoot intruders on sight. Good news is they can be reprogrammed. The droid control station in my old security HQ will do the trick.
Sounds like you just volunteered for the job. Have fun.
Every regulator in the city knows my face. Wouldn't get 10 meters. You'll make it at least twice that far. Hit those objectives and I guarantee you'll get inside the embassy. Whether you'll find your answers is a different matter. If Representative Eklund's still alive, maybe help him escape. He's a fuss budget, but basically all right. I'll keep a comm channel open when I can.
I notice they love putting creepy mustaches on NPCs. Cracks me up.
Engaging the enemy!
Maybe I can get through here without being knocked off? No, of course not.
This was caused by one groundquake? Just one? We better hurry.
Peace, suckers! How did they survive that fall? Sorry, my companion's taking them out. Alright, moving on. get around this mountain. Why is there 3 different ways to go? This planet is actually new to me. I haven't done this planet at all. So navigating it, we're gonna be experiencing it for the first time together. Doesn't look like I can go anywhere there. Interesting. I think I'm supposed to go down. It's a long way down. We're gonna go right here first. There we go. Then I won't die from fall damage. Now, one thing I haven't shown you, which I think like most people would probably enjoy, is the crafting. I'm not a big crafter. I literally only went with diplomacy just because I could tell my guys to go do dark side quests for me, which is pretty cool. Certain companions can be better at these quests, and you obviously can't send off the ones that you're using. Let's see here. Anyone else got any dark side quest? Nope. That's it. So maybe you'll like the questing. I'm not a huge quester. I mean, not questing. Crafting. I'm sorry, crafting. I'm not a huge crafter, but some people like it. I know my brother plays this game too, and he really enjoys it. Hey, look, it's a rare. This is actually a rare.
Come on, let's go.
It means he might drop something sweet. If you ever see a mob called Champion, you should kill it. Sometimes they drop cool stuff. I should be able to kill this guy. Or not. Holy shit, that dude hits hard. Well, like I said, never been to McKeb, so McKeb wins this round. Yeah, that dude, his health wasn't even moving. I mean, yeah, he's got 418,000 health. I could try to use my healing companion, but I don't even think that's gonna help, honestly. This dude is just loaded with health, and he obviously does some type of move, CC control, where I can't even get out of it. But I don't want to just say bye to him from one fight. Let's try one more time for fun. I don't mind getting my ass kicked one more time. Good show, right? Holy shit! When he knocks me down, he does like 100% more damage to me. There's no way I can take that guy out right now. What the hell? That's crazy. That's the hardest mob I've ever fought in this game in the open world. Ever. I'd probably have to come back to him at like level 58 or 59. I mean, he was hitting me really hard. Well, cool. I'll have to remember where this spot is. In Talio City. Interesting. see that guy later. I guess this is a little lift right here I just spotted. This interface looks busy, huh? Yeah, it's definitely it's a busy interface. I mean, I cleaned up a lot of it. I try to keep things more on the bottom of the screen with my interface. But I mean, you can move a lot of this stuff around. You can make it smaller, but this works for me for right now. I think when I start PvPing again, like full time, once I'm done leveling, I'll probably clean a lot of this up. Probably make things a little bit smaller. It probably looks a little bit bigger to you as well. I mean, it's not as big on my screen. One second here, getting a phone call.
That should take care of the security droids.
Engaging the enemy!